Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, welcome to the live. Welcome to the Ultraviolet Lions. I am hungry. I should probably not have started this live this hungry. I don't think that puts me in a good mood. So I'm going to have to just be extra careful not to spoil my mood because I have a good message for us. It's about a bad thing, but it's a good message. Bail and the Epstein class and how we need to end them. So specifically, this is Ultraviolet Lions for fairies, witches, magical, spiritual people, all people who are opposed to Trump that have those types of dimensions that they can connect with: spiritual, magical, mystical people, psychic people, otherkin, vampires, fairies, witches. Everybody's welcome who's ready to stop Trump, which everybody who falls into one of those categories is certainly ready to stop Trump. I think there are kind of misguided, mischanneled mystics and things, people who have, the ASMR of mystics, but they're obviously Trump boutonnieres, and those people can easily be shifted because they they do appreciate mysticism even if they've been mischanneled or misconnected, kind of like the church. So we're replacing the church with the Church of Judas. Check out the hashtag Church of Judas. Excited about that, but and I'll have that message for any Christians or anybody who's interested in Jesus in chat. But for witches, really want to talk to witches, fairies, magical people because of Baal, because of Epstein and the Epstein class worshiping Baal. This is something I feel like we need to discuss as witches. We need to take the leadership role. We need to take this message that Donica Petinsky, Trump, worships Baal, and be the ones who are carrying that message forward. I think um, from my experience meeting thousands of witches in my life, um, my ex is the famous witch Melanie Marquis, and she was also the organizer of the Denver Pagan Pride Festival for years, over 10 years, I think. And I met thousands of witches through that, and before that, and in addition to that, I've met many, many witches. Other people have met more witches than me, but I'm in the top 1% of people meeting witches and magical people. Or I don't know, I'm somebody who's met a lot of witches. I still want to meet more. But my point for bringing that up is to say, of all the witches and pagans and all these types of people that I've never met anybody who worships Baal, or that, not that I knew of. I've never met anybody who's a Baal worshiper, like apparently the Epstein class are. Hello, Santi Q. Hello, Santi. Can I Sati Batty? Sorry, I can't read it from here. Batty. Sorry, Bat thy. Hello, welcome. We're welcome all magical fairy people. I do have a message for Christians and people like that as well. That's the Church of Judas. Church of Judas replaces all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. I can elaborate on that for any Christians, but I'm especially looking for witches, fairies, otherkin, vampires, magical people, spiritual people, psychics, mediums, all sorts of people like that are who I'm looking for this chat because of the issue of Baal. I believe we need to be, and I see us all collectively as the Ultraviolet Lions. So, welcome to the Ultraviolet Lions. I feel like we need to be at the forefront of calling out Trump worshiping Baal, of the Epstein class worshiping Baal. We need to be the ones who are letting everyone know that they worship Baal. Now, for Christians, they need to hear this message so they know that Trump isn't Christian. They should know that anyway. And Christians will soon need to know that the Church of Judas replaces all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism, which is most Christianity. So, Church of Judas replaces all Christian churches. Um, that's just a prophecy from Jesus. Jesus gave Judas this prophecy. It was revealed in the Gospel of Judas. I wrote the book of Judas about it, but you can read also to see my content. The Church of Judas about it. Sorry, my content is under the hashtag Church of Judas. You don't have to put the in there. Church of Judas for the hashtag for the Judas stuff. Have we got any witches, fairies, magical people in chat? That's who we're looking for, though. For Christians, when I see a large group of people, I feel like it's safe to just tell people what the Christian message is. But for witches, fairies, magical, psychic people, any people like that in chat, that's who we're looking forward to talking to because we need to eliminate Baal. We need to eliminate Baal from the pantheon. Do you guys know how this works? We need to cast out a god. Once he dreamt in veins. Once he sent the rain, so they dreamt in vain. Once he made some garlands for his feet, till the lily poet of our times horizoned on the line. Love became the end theme then, opposing fakers thrice by 10, until indeed his empty plea, that redundant effigy, he's a god in an alcove. Taking view his empty stool, what's left is satin cool. Before his crimes, they saw they had to draw the line, so they sent him far away, away. So they sent him far away to a little alcove. Go away to a little alcove, all alone. So this is for witches and fairies and magical people to end Baal, end the Baal worship that is the Epstein class. Hello, welcome. This is also for any Christians who happen to be here. Church of Judas replaces your churches. Check out the Church of Judas, hashtag Church of Judas, to replace all Christianity. What is this about the dwarfs? What do you want to tell me about the dwarfs? I thought you were going to elaborate. Tell me about the dwarfs. What about them? Hello, welcome to the live. Are you Christian? We can talk about Church of Judas replacing Christianity. Are you fairy, magic, witch? Are you a psychic, spiritual, magical person? We need to talk about how we need to excommunicate Baal. We need to kill Baal. We need to kill a god. Are you ready? Anybody ready to kill a god? Thank you for the reactions. Are you here for the god killing? We're going to kill Baal. We're going to kill the Epstein class's god. Hello? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Anybody in chat? A demon. All right, perfect. Are you ready to kill Baal, the Epstein class's god? Are you with us on this? Welcome to the Ultraviolet Lions. Welcome to the Fairy Liberation Front. Thanks for being here. Hello, are you a demon of typing? Are you a demon with thumbs? Are you a thumbs kind of demon, or is this difficult for you with your claws? Like, let's talk, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Spit it out. If you're fake, dude, you don't count. Like, if you're fake, just don't even be here. Just scroll to a different live and be fake in a different live. We're looking for real people. We're looking for main characters, okay? If you're a main character, you're allowed to chat. If you're not a main character, just please find another live. Oh my gosh. Didn't I just say if you're not a main character, don't say anything in chat? If you're a Nazi, shut the fuck up. We hate you. This is about ending your god Baal. This is about ending your god babies, Donica Putinsky and his daddy Vladdy and Bibi. This is about ending your babies. This is about ending your god babies. Okay, and it's about ending your god Baal. Okay, it looks like we're not going to get anybody good in the chat. We might have to call this one quits and go do something more fun and productive. Looks like we're only going to have Nazis and fascists in the chat again. Sorry about the Nazis and fascists in chat. They really suck. Everybody hates them. If only we could find, if only this live could reach somebody who wasn't a Nazi and a fascist. Looks like all we have is a Nazi fascist in the chat. Looks like the only people capable of chatting are Nazi fascists. Okay, I'm going to invite Jesus into the live. I guess we will talk Church of Judas stuff for a little while. I'll invite Jesus and the goddess and all good spirits into the live. We'll talk Church of Judas, how the Church of Judas is going to replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. I was actually looking for magical people, but it doesn't look like we're getting any of them. So, oh, hello, John B. Fuck Donald Trump and his swallowers. Okay, we got a human in chat. Hooray, hooray. John B., hang out for a second. Drop as many emojis in chat as you want, or do reactions or something. Please hang out a second. We need to talk. Okay? Are you of the more Christian persuasion or of the more magical, mystical, spiritual persuasion, John B.? So I know which one to talk about. We can talk about Church of Judas replacing all patriarchy Christianity. That's one way of ending Trumpism. We can talk about ending Baal and the Epstein class worshiping Baal. We can talk about the Ultraviolet Lions side of it. Sorry, I'm not talking to the Nazis. Like, I might block you, I might not. I might mute you, I might not. But I'm not talking to the Nazis. Just stop saying Nazi bullshit. Nobody cares about your Nazi bootlicking bullshit. Like, your Nazi bootlicking bullshit is not for this live. Take your Nazi bootlicking bullshit to another live. In fact, I'm going to put her down so she doesn't hear this. But I'm going to go ahead and curse you. I'm going to go ahead and curse you and your family. I'm cursing you and your synagogue or whatever you LARP to have. I'm cursing you and your family, and I'm cursing your community, and I'm cursing Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through you. You know who I'm talking to. You're not my favorite anything. All right. We got any humans in chat? Debate Lord 1776. We've got Debate Lord 1776. So we're ending Trumpism. We're ending Trumpism with the Church of Judas, which replaces all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. See my book, The Book of Judas, about it, or my hashtag, The Church of Judas, or just hashtag Church of Judas. If you check out hashtag Church of Judas on YouTube, you can see the information about how Judas will replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. Now, if you want to hear some other prophecies, we can talk about Oz. We can talk about the fairy future, where there's no money, there's no war. But right now, what we're talking about is ending Baal. The Epstein class has a god named Baal, B-A-A-L. Okay? The Epstein's class's god is Baal. That's who they're doing their sacrificing. Why Judas? Oh, thanks for the question. Here, I'll tell you. Why Judas? Let's just open at random to my book, and it'll explain. On the one hand, we have openly stated we are going to war to spread Christianity. Not all the time, but even when Christian empires don't say it, they may hint at it or appeal to that idea. But we also say we maintain militaries to protect us from the bad guys. Judas is one of our most famous bad guys. But if we realize that he's not the one who needs to be reformed, it can revolutionize our attitude to all bad guys as we see them. Does that explain it, or do you want more? That's what's in the box. Jesus set Judas aside outside of Christianity. Okay, I'll tell you this, the meat of it. Jesus set Judas outside of Christianity. What's the purpose of letting... Jesus could have turned himself in, right? What did he need Judas to do it and take the blame for it, right? To show how evil people are, that they would blame Judas and hate Judas for centuries and centuries and centuries. It's all a trap. Jesus trapped... Christianity's bullshit, dude. Christianity is a trap. Jesus is real, but Christianity is ultimate bullshit, dude. He trapped all these people in this bullshit, and now he's going to fix it. Judas is the fix. I'll read you another random passage. It may just be that this is what is funny to Jesus, that Judas, as an outsider, rules over all after the generations of the 12. Whether Judas was of the assassin guild, the Sicarii, or from another city, Kerioth, or even from a big city to be called City Slicker, it is apparent that he stood out from the other disciples. Judas is the only male disciple who did not betray Trump. Do you have more questions? Welcome to the Church of Judas. You don't subscribe to Abrahamic things. Well, dude, I'm not selling you a subscription service. Like, that's not what this is about. This is about the truth. If you want to know the truth about Jesus, ask about Jesus things. If you want to know the truth about ending Baal and psychic magic, if you want to know the truth about any other type of spirituality, that's ending Baal right now. That's what we're doing with the Ultraviolet Lions. So check that out. We can talk more, but we're going to have a conversation here. I'm going to have a conversation with someone who's capable of being a main character, not any of these Nazi trolls, right? Like, that's not what... I'm not here to talk to the Nazi trolls. They can go somewhere else. I like Celtic and Germanic paganism, the Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, Bushido, and Shintoism. So you're who I was trying to talk to. Just never mind the Jesus stuff for now. I mean, this isn't like anti-Jesus. Trump is the Antichrist. So Jesus is a very good antidote to Trumpism because Trump is the Antichrist. So Jesus is a good thing to talk about. But since you're into those things and I'm into those things, let's talk about that for a second. Okay? Let's talk about all spirits, all spirituality, all magic against one God, Baal. Okay, we've got one evil god from the Epstein files, Baal. Have you heard of this? Do you know the evil god Baal, who's never really been a popular or well-liked or um, well-perceived god? Are you aware of this god? Yeah, Baal. I might not be saying it right, but you know who I'm talking about. Have you heard about that's who the Epstein class are doing their rituals to? That's why they keep raping and killing and eating kids, is because of Baal. Have you heard that side of the story yet? So, from my perspective, as the spiritual people, then, especially as pagans, as witches, we should be the ones to condemn Baal and this Baal worship. There's no regular people running around worshiping Baal. I've met thousands of witches. There's no regular witches who worship Baal, just the Epstein class. So if we cast off this God, if we kill this God, good song on YouTube called Baal. Okay, so maybe some people do. Or is that song made by a group that exists in order to recruit for the Epstein class? Do you see what I'm getting at? Are you following me? Whose song is it? Let's talk about that. And what else do you know about them? Yeah, I told you Trump Nazis, you can leave. I told you, oh dude, I was going to put a hat on. Fuck. I totally forgot a hat. No, I'm not putting my cheese hat back on. I'm not doing shit you want. But I was going to put on a hat. Oh, I got a hat right here. It's not the best. It's kind of fascist. It's a flame trooper hat. In fact, I'll take it off. I'll swap it out for another hat. I'm still waiting for that one person to respond. There was a person in chat that mattered. There was a mattering type person. But I don't see him now. There was somebody who was on the verge of mattering. Yeah, I think they got offended because maybe... Yeah, I think maybe they realized that I was onto them. Oh well. We don't need that type of magical person. I mean, we can convert them. But we're not going to be... they're just trolls like the rest of you. A magical troll isn't less a troll. Okay, so we're looking for any type of main character in chat. Any type of human, fairy, vampire, witch, psychic person, medium, spiritual person, anybody like that. We're not looking for the trolls. We're looking for people who are kind of the opposites of trolls. Opposites of trolls requested. Opposites of trolls requested. I was going to light a candle, but I don't think I have a lighter, so I think I'll use this tiger instead. I'll use a song. Those always work. We are the secret police. We'll arrest the memories that break in when you sleep. We are the secret police. We'll arrest the memories that break in when you sleep. Someone's looking for their comrades. Hello, Emma. Have you heard the song Secret Police before? We are the secret police. Yeah, we love Ukraine. Thank you, Ukraine. We're here to overthrow the evil god Baal. We're here to overthrow, kill the evil god Baal, to destroy the Epstein class, his worshippers. So if you're here in time for that, let me know. And while awaiting your comments, I'll sing this song. It's called Secret Police. It goes like this. No one likes MAGA. So if you like MAGA, you don't count. Okay? We're only counting people who count, and nobody counts who likes MAGA. So that's how that goes. What did we love you translate from? That's weird. They translate it to we love you. I'm going to pin it. Well, no, because what if it comes up the wrong way to you guys? Well, once we get humans in here, I'll have return to the conversation. But what we're going to do in the meantime is I'm going to sing you the song Secret Police. It goes like this. We are the secret police. We'll arrest the memories that break in when you sleep. We are the secret police. Investigate omissions that got you in so deep. We are the secret police. Protect and serve the silence that you want to keep. We are the secret police. Undercovers wired like lovers, hiding to expose each other. We are the secret police. Tell the captain something happened. We're going in for some action. We are the secret police. And when you call us, then you're in for a treat. We are the secret police. The underground is waiting for you to come down off your street. We are the secret police. We're almost invisible when we're on the beat. We are the secret police. Undercovers wired like lovers, hiding to expose each other. We are the secret police. Tell the captain something happened. We're going in for some action. Hello, Joseph Bearpaw. Thanks for being here. Nice to see you again. Sorry about all the trolls. You're the only human, or I don't know how you identify, but you're the only good spirit in chat. So, the only good spirit in chat is Joseph Bearpaw. Thank you for being here, Joseph Bearpaw. You'll be here right in time for the chat timer to hit 2222 in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 seconds. So make a wish right now for Joseph Bearpaw. Thanks. I made a wish for you. I'm not affiliated at all. Just a fan of photography and a hobby of mine, like experimenting with pinhole cameras. Oh, that's interesting. Did you see my content from a photography standpoint? Because I do consider myself a photographer. And a lot of my content that's not talking about stuff is photography. So I hope you enjoy it. The stream will not necessarily end in 10 minutes, but it might. I mean, the longer we can get a real person in here. Tamim, thank you for the free Palestines. You do want to free Jesus' homeland. Net and YouTube is political. Net and YouTube is slanted against us, but we are still going to win because they took over TikTok. They took TikTok, they made it Trump talk. They captured TikTok and threw him down a well, just like they do in this book from 112 years ago. They captured TikTok, threw him down a well, and now all the TikTok people are going to come to Net and YouTube, and we're going to fix it. So it's going to be great. No, you're not real. You're a Zionist. You're not real, dude. That's the whole point. Stop being a Zionist, and you probably would be real. But you're not real now. You're a Zionist. Thanks. Yeah, I was looking for a hat. I need a hat. So we're defeating Baal. Okay, that's the theme of this. We're gathering witches, psychic people. This is Ultraviolet Lions. This is a meeting of Ultraviolet Lions. We're defeating Baal. Okay, we're defeating the evil god Baal, killing, excommunicating, whatever you call it, defeating the evil god Baal. And by defeating the evil god Baal, we're going to defeat Epstein, the Epstein class. Okay, we're going to defeat the Epstein class by defeating the evil god Baal. It's 2 o'clock in my time zone. So, no, he's a Zionist, yeah. Sorry, there's a Zionist in chat who thinks he can troll and fails at trolling. It's like would you call their genocide a success? Did they fail at genocide, or did they succeed at genocide? And they succeeded at too much genocide, I'll give you that much. They should have failed at genocide from day one. The day to defend your country was October 7th. Anyway, is anybody here? Modi's project of killing minorities and Netanyahu's project are very similar. Exactly. Modi and Netanyahu both work for Putin. It's the same thing Trump's doing here. And they have a god, Baal. We're going to kill the god. Okay. Tamim, thank you for being here. Can I call you Tamim? Tamim? Is that right? And thank you for being here. Thank you for being highly intelligent, obviously. You know that Modi's project by killing minorities and Netanyahu's project are very similar. Putin orchestrates these products, and the evil god Baal orchestrates these projects. So what we need to do is end Putin, end Trump, end Netanyahu, end Modi, end Baal. That's what we're here for, is the ultraviolet lions. For spiritual people who are ready to end Tamim. Thank you. So nice to meet you, Tamim. Is it your first time here in the live? I'm Puffin. I do the Church of Judas to replace all patriarchy Christianity. So we're replacing all patriarchy Christianity, war, and Trumpism with the Church of Judas. And I'm doing this Ultraviolet Lions, Fairy Liberation Front, Peace Pipe Party for like all other spiritualities besides Christianity, for overthrowing patriarchy and stuff. And Chopper, yeah, I've got a Chopper hat on from One Piece. Yep, War Gods, dude. That's a good guillotine. That's a good guillotine reference there. Yep, war gods are blood, and their thirsting is endless. So Baal is the war god. Baal is the bloodthirsty, evil vampire war god. There's sexy vampires, and there's evil vampires, like Baal. So that's the one we're going to get rid of. We're going to cut him off. They're going to cut off the head. This is my first time. Nice to meet you. So glad you're here. Dude, you're one of the coolest people I've ever met in the life. Joseph Bearpaw is one of the other coolest people I've ever met in the life. Like, you guys are two of the coolest people. Like, of the 3 or 4 coolest people I've ever met, y'all are 2 of them. That's how cool you guys are. And I can already tell that just from being, like, he's gay too. All right. I'm not gay, but I'm sure that'll be really nice for somebody to know. So, anybody who is gay, good job. I mean, and good luck, and bless you. Loving Dean the God Machine wants to be the next coolest. I don't know. Are you cool, Loving Dean God Machine? He said demons exist. What are we talking about, Loving Dean? Let's take a look at your comments. Sorry, I hadn't noticed you before. Thanks for being here. Well, you have been here before. You said I sing like Willy Wonka too. Thanks. Love is the answer. I don't care what anyone believes. The belief makes them have more love, then it's good to me. Wow, you seem, yeah, dude, you might be one of the best people. It's all semantics. Love is the answer. We all know that. So why does religion matter? Yeah, you have very good statements. You're the 3rd best so far. I mean, yeah, you're definitely the 3rd best person alive so far. Oh, I mean, but no, it's subjective to me. And I'm the... No, it doesn't matter. Like, you're a main character, I'm a main character. I can read your old comments. Yeah, I can read any comments you've ever left on my live. So I might have missed them last time, but I caught them this time. So thank you for drawing attention to yourself. You seem like a cool person. Yes, we support Palestine, Jesus, the goddess. Wendigo historical accounts are along the same lines of endless consumption. Not only other spirits, but they eventually eating their own spirit. Ooh, that's creepy. That's how they become a Wendigo. That's how they become a ghost, like a ghost of a ghost. Epstein files explained the benefited to start the what? Dude, can you type that a little bit more English? G. Dahlia said something. The words he put on the screen were Epstein files explained the benefited to start the trans movement. There's some word missing there. Okay, Tamim says, real Dexter, stop trolling. Oh, dude, don't talk to any of the people in the chat, dude. They're evil. The people in the chat are evil, dude. That's why I point out that you, Tamim, and Joseph Bearpaw, and Loving Dean, the God Machine, seem to be the only people. Like, you can only talk to the 3 of you. Don't even read their stuff, dude. Unless I tell you somebody's safe to talk to in chat, I would not engage with them. They're only here so I can curse them, and I can curse Trump and Putin and Netanyahu and Modi through them. By the way, if you're a Trump Putin in chat, I curse you. I curse Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through you. Did I comment those on your live? I didn't remember that, but I usually say similar things in other lives too. Well, let's take a look just to refresh your memory, because I love remembering and recording things. So you were here in a live called Ultraviolet Lions, White Lion, Black Lions, Green Lions, Fairy Liberation Front from 1:07 a.m. my time, Mountain Time, on 2/8/26. So the day of the Super Bowl. You were here. And you left those comments, and I appreciate them. They were good comments. And you see, I get all these terrible comments from Zionists and other types of Nazis. And then I get Joseph Bearpaw, who's like a fount of wisdom, and he says things like, even Stan Lee and Jack Kirby talked to Native Indigenous about such accountings. Hell yeah, they did, because Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were awesome. I think I saw Stan Lee walking on the trail once. I didn't say anything to him, but... Oh, nice. Glad I could share some love. Yeah, see, I used to read everyone's comments, and I would just read the trolls' comments in Russian, like Asmodeus. I would say, well, it's just you and I now. Like, it's, so, but they're not good to read. It's much better to keep the energy up by ignoring all the Zionists and other Nazis. Yeah. Okay. Dude, I want to meet this homeless girl that I keep seeing her videos. She posts about being homeless and schizophrenic spectrum, and I want to meet her because she seems cool. All right, where attention goes, energy flows, friend. Yes. So what? Overall, the point or purpose of this live was, right now we're going to do a quick Reiki the racism away of all the racists in chat. Reikiing your racism away. You won't have any racism anymore. Once you go away, you won't have any racism. Okay, but the point of this live was to defeat, kill, excommunicate, silence, stop the god Baal. There's an evil god Baal that's the Epstein class's god. And no regular people, no normal people like this dude. So like, if we join forces and kill this god, dude, we'll kill off the Epstein class, is the way I see it. So I want to just join in forces with all the spiritual people. I don't even know how many we need. Like, there's 3 of us here. That's better than we've ever had before, I think. So there's 3 or 4 of us at least here already. That's probably the best live we've ever had. So let's go ahead and end Baal now. Let's end Trumpism now. Church of Judas does it in the Christian realm. Church of Judas replaces all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. But we, in the magical fairy realm, in the spiritual realm, let's end Baal. Let's, as pagans, let's end this, this bad god that's making us look bad. He's not making pagans look bad, but he makes everybody look bad. He makes humans look bad. History is more than just this is Joseph Bearpaw. History is more than just a civilization accounting. It's about learning and avoiding mistakes of the past. It's a very good point. And then Loving Dean, the God Machine, says, love is the only thing strong enough to push out hate. We have a church sign that says, what does it say? All the darkness in the universe can't extinguish a single candle. They call me the Demon Slayer. Hell yeah, dude. Welcome to the live. You got plenty of Nazis in here if you want to slay them. You erased my racism. You're welcome, Bob Dole. Bob Dole says, you erased my racism, Bob Dole. I'm Bob Dole, and you erased my racism, Bob Dole. So thank you, Bob Dole. Thank you, Bob Dole, Bob Dole. Thank you, Bob Dole. Allah is great. See, his racism's gone. We erased Bob Dole's racism. He's saying Allah is great in the chat. Allah is great, Bob Dole. Bob Dole says Allah is great, Bob Dole. So, all right. Cute puppy is Jesus. All right, welcome, Jesus. I did welcome Jesus earlier in the chat. Glad you made it, cute puppy. Thank you for being here. And we're going to help save your homeland and Earth from Trump, Putin, and Netanyahu, the Antichrist. So let's stop Trump, Putin, Netanyahu with Jesus. Jesus, what can we do to stop Trump, Putin, and Netanyahu? That's my goal. I've got my ideas, but since you're Jesus, I want to hear your take on it. What do we do to stop Trump, Putin, and Netanyahu? In the meantime, I will read Debate Lord 1776 says, you are famous on Discord. I don't know if you know. And not in a good way. Well, fuck Discord. Dude, you know how much better my channel is than Discord? Like, come check out my channel. See my channel. Okay, Lewis Dean, the God Machine, says all that stuff has to do with fallen angels and Nephilim bloodline who cross with humans. They eat humans and torture them. Ah, well, they can fuck off. Hey, if you guys want to, if I miss one of your comments and you leave an emoji in chat, I'll look over all your comments and make sure that I read them all. Because I want to read your comments if you're good. Okay, Joseph Bearpaw says, destroying the spirit of consumption allows those under its yoke of bindings to finally become free of its strength, sapping the wills of those it's held in bondage. Dude, I probably could use some of that. Dude, I do a lot of consumption, so thank you for that. That's a good message. I don't think about that. I mean, I should think about the demon of capitalism and consumption as much as some of the other ones, but the other ones come first to mind. The last shall be first, and the meek shall inherit the earth. And the stone that was rejected will be the cornerstone of the church. That's Judas. Judas, who was rejected, will now become the cornerstone of the real church. Communism, good. What are your thoughts on communism? Communist, I'm just as communist as Jesus is. Do you think the release of the Epstein files would impact Trump? Yes. Can it help impeach him? Yes. Yes. The question from Tamim was, do you think the release of the Epstein files would impact Trump? Can it help impeach him? Yes. It will help impeach him. It is impacting him. We are also taking down the entire Epstein class. You know, we're not going to be satisfied with just Trump. Trump doesn't even have that long to live based on his own health. Even if, you know, justice isn't done, like if they don't try him for treason in addition to impeachment and removal, just based on his health, he doesn't have long enough to live to receive his punishments. So everybody should be trying to give him as much punishments as possible so there's less left over for them, because there's going to be a huge appetite for punishment after Trump is gone that will go down upon every FBI agent and everybody else who was helping him all the way. Why is everyone gone mad? Because Putin hijacked our country with an evil Donica Patinsky Krasnov agent sent to destroy us, and everybody's going along with it, letting it happen. That's why. But we did call him weird, so I guess we deserved it, because we called him weird. I mean, we called him. Remember how we got to call him weird though? So we got ours in. Yeah, they destroyed our country and they're putting people in concentration camps, but we got to call him weird. You remember how we got to do that? We didn't get to call them Nazis, at least not on TikTok. We didn't get to call them what they are. But we got to call them weird. Yay! Yay, you remember when we called them weird? It was great. It was great calling them weird. We did that. Yes! We called them weird. Now they're making concentration camps they're going to put us all in. But we called them weird. Whew! We showed them what for when we called them weird. Nobody likes Israel. Like, okay, look. Your clues that I don't like Israel. I'm obviously anti-Trump. Your clues that I don't like Trump. I'm a human being. Like, I'm in a body. I'm a physical body here talking to you, you know? I'm in a human body. Like, physical body should be the biggest clue I don't like Trump. I'm talking American. I'm speaking in an American accent. Like, dude, you should know I don't like Trump, Israel. Dude, nobody likes Trump or Israel. Nobody. Like, literally, nobody likes Trump or Israel. It's like, why are you asking me that kind of question? What do you think about Israel? What's your problem? Yes, take the client list and let's work our way up until justice has been served completely. Thank you, Jeff. We got another human in chat, or another American, another good spirit in chat. Let the fallen angels get on their... This is Loving Dean, the God Machine. Let the fallen angels get on their spaceships and leave us alone. Yeah, we'll get rid of them. Don't worry, we got this. I'm trying to read all the good comments. So if you left a good comment, I don't like evil. It's simple. Yeah, that's a good one, dude. I don't like evil. It's simple. Let me read Joseph's comment. For instance, firefighters is a chip in and group helping for everyone that can count on anyone, everyone helping in any way they can. If you had a fire every day, everyone got on a bucket brigade. Firefighting turned into like more organized socialism. Cute puppy, fuck Israel and fuck Zionism. This is a liberated live stream. Thank you. That's nice to hear. I don't like evil. It's simple. I don't like genocide. Yeah, I don't like evil, genocide, fascism, Nazis. Idiots love Trump. No humans do. 420 forever. You're in the right place. If not a buck, Joseph Bearpaw says, if not on Bucket Brigade, you helped getting animals out of barns or getting family away from dangers of the fire. I think you're showing how this is all metaphors or metaphorical for what we can do now. So when the Buddha said, or somebody said, come on, I got ox carts and donkey carts and chicken carts and dog carts. I've got all these carts. He said, I've got all these fancy carts. You can come ride these fancy carts. And he didn't really have all those fancy carts. They call this skillful means. He said, I have all these fancy carts to get you out of the house to come ride these fancy carts because the house is on fire. And if I told you the house is on fire, you'd freak out and you wouldn't know what to do. But if I say, hey, I've got all these fancy carts, come out and ride one of these fancy carts, then all the kids are like, yeah, let's go ride the fancy carts. So it's like you can trick people with something. It's okay to trick people sometimes, is what the skillful means is. I heard the drums of liberation. Can you hear them? Thank you, Dean. Can I just call you Dean? Cute puppy. Thank you for the 420. Unglued Jude says life sucks now, even if you try and maintain peace. We're gonna restore peace. We haven't been able to have any peace. So try and maintain peace. I understand what you're saying, but we need peace for like the whole world. We need world peace, and we can do it. We're on the verge of doing it. Let's just end the evil Trumpism. Let's end their evil god Baal. Let's end the evil false Christianity, trap religion that allowed all this stuff. We do that with the Church of Judas. Check out the Church of Judas to end the false patriarchy, Christianity, Trumpism, trap of Christianity. And check out Ultraviolet Lions, Fairy Liberation Front, Pillar Revolution, Peace Pipe Party. My other hashtags and my other content for the magical, Jesus is magical too, but for the not specifically Christian side of how to do it. Joseph Bearpaw says, exactly, so when some same socialism or communism, this nation has always had such programs. The drums of liberation have begun to drum. Stay positive, guys. We can do it. I like that attitude, Jeff. Thank you for being here. This is for the positivity. And I've focused on the positivity to the point that we have 4 or 5 positive people in here. So if you guys have a Jesus persuasion, let's say, hey, pray to Jesus, please defeat the Antichrist Trump. You've got all our help. And we're all going to awaken to your love by defeating the Antichrist Trump. If you're not Jesus persuasion, let's defeat Baal. Let's all join our forces, call on all our goddesses and gods and good spirits and all spirits from all through the world, and let's defeat this evil god Baal and the Epstein class that worships it. Joseph Bearpaw says, the degree of supporting such is just a matter of debate, how much a person sees in the level they agree with, so everyone is both socialist and communist in some way. Yeah, very good point. Communism is maybe, more something than socialism, and socialism is the farm team for it or whatever. Yeah, I hate Christianity. I don't have any problem with, say that you hate Islam. How about that? You can say you hate Islam, but that makes you Islamophobic. I don't have an opinion on Islam. I mean, I have a pretty positive opinion of Islam actually, but I don't really have a I don't really have anything to say about Islam. I do think that Islam, like any other religion, even Buddhism, gets corrupted by patriarchy, just like Christianity did. So when Christianity has this transformation and becomes unpatriarchal, anti-patriarchal, that will be a lesson to, an example to Islam and Buddhism and any other religion. Not that all religions all work like that, but to any other parts of any other religion to possibly do the same thing, so that maybe those religions can go through the same transformation if needed. But it's my business to fix Christianity. Christ is my home, says Loving Dean. Joseph Bearpaw says, Jesus was about softening the heart of his Father. Well, I think Jesus was about being from the goddess. I think Jesus goes a little bit further. Jesus was not from that God. Jesus does not represent that God. The people of the community, the Jewish community or surrounding community that have a beard god dude, they hijacked their religion and made what we have instead, Christianity. But Jesus was from the goddess. So the one reason all his disciples misunderstood him so severely and impactfully was that they all still believed in God. I can understand your bitterness very well. This is what they want, though. There are little positives in life that make it worth living. Oh yeah, dude. I hope I don't come across as that bitter. I was feeling positive for me. uh, Loving Dean says I'm really goth, I guess. Loving Dean says religion itself isn't bad, but man's twist and manipulates it for his own greedy narrative. Exactly. Well, Jesus isn't bad, but Christianity is bad because it represents how man twists a good thing into the bad. Joseph Bearpaw says it's the foundations of fundamentalists that stray from the true path of learning and enlightenment. Yes. Yeah, it's the conservatives. They're always the problem. I agree, Jeff. Try to be grateful for my dogs and my health, says Unglued Jude. I like your name, Unglued Jude. And it's nice to have you here. I'm going to mention again, since there were 13 people, it is also the Church of Judas to replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. Bingo? Bingo. Oh, Bingo. I thought you were guessing their dog's name. Like Bingo was his name. Oh, Bingo, Bingo. Unglued, I pray for more positivity in your life too. Let's all pray for more positivity in each other's lives. I pray to the goddess, but pray to whoever you pray to. Let's pray for more positivity in all of our lives. Thank you. Amen. Dogs are great. I miss my John a lot. Aw. Well, John's thinking of you too. That's really sweet. Best kind of friends, Jeff. None better. God rest his soul. Oh, sweet. Thinking of dogs of the past. Sweet old dogs of the past. I miss our Sally. Prayers that, and Lamb and Inca and lots of sweet dogs. Prayers that you'll eventually see the light. Well, thank you, Bio. Same for you. Joseph Bearpaw says, it's what one saw a priest he referred to such Father or Lord. What's Jesus' reference being to all of existence? What is Jesus' reference to all of existence? Anyone can twist a religion to fit their own narrative. Exactly. How does that make sense? You're Jesus, right? Are you going to explain it to us, Jesus? Something was appropriate and it took too much work to see it, so. Oh, it's Mr. X saying, looks on that dude, I'm an atheist, but Islam is good. What a clown. Yeah, looks on that dude, I'm atheist, but Islam is good. What a clown. I don't know if you're trying to be ironic or something, but I think I agree with you if you're not. Bingo is his name now. I don't like politics, but I'm independent. I have some conservative views, but also liberal views. We can fix that. I'm just kidding. You're fine. I don't know what conservative views are good though, but we don't have to debate them. So when Jesus sees and talks to Odin, Odin is known as the All-Father. Zeus, the same All-Father. It was, said hi. Muslim here. Peace be upon you. Peace be upon you too. Thank you. There's only war because people pick sides. You might be interested as a Muslim that the Church of Judas is going to replace all patriarchy Christianity, war, and Trumpism. So Christianity is going to have a radical shift in the next few years, and all of it's going to get replaced by a different church. It's kind of the opposite. That worships the goddess. Still worships Jesus, but starts to really worship Jesus and worships the goddess. And has a lot of reparations to make for crusades and all sorts of other evil that's done to Muslims. So sorry for that, and we're going to be working on fixing it and repairing those damages. There's only war because people pick sides. Still don't have an opinion about Islam. No, you heard my opinion about Islam. Welcome, people of Islam. Welcome, Muslims. Like, I want you to have a better opinion of us because Christianity needs to fix evil stuff it's done for 2,000 years. That's my pitch to Islam. Please don't hate us all forever because we're going to fix all the evil we just did. We got to the end of the evil with Trump. We're at the Antichrist end of the evil Christian church. Now we're going to fix it and have a good Christian church. And we're going to try to make up for all the evil stuff. Oh, Echo's here. Hello, Echo. Echo's a good person too. I don't know. I'm not going to read these fascist comments. You can go away, Asmodeus. No one wants to hear your Zionist bullshit. Joseph Bearpaw says, so other deity or great spirits exist and Jesus met them all. He says, you're a kind soul and God protect you. God protects you too. You're a kind soul as well. How sweet. What do you about to know about the goddess of Sophia? Barbelo is what Judas calls her in the conversation he has with Jesus. The whole reason Jesus has the secret conversation with Judas is because he says, none of you know who I really am. None of you can stand and face me. And he says, I know you're from the immortal realm of Barbelo. Why don't we abandon religion and pray to the one God we all know created all things? Well, we don't need religion. I mean, we can abandon religion as Christians because our religion was fake. We don't need to ask other people to abandon their religions because, I don't know, their religions are probably fine or okay. Probably just use a little tweaking maybe. But our religion, Christianity, was fake. So we can abandon our religion and do the real Jesus thing. Oh, was it a nice comment? Okay, let me read it and see if it. Let me read your comment. Okay. BS aside and politics aside, I do hope you have a kick-ass day, man. I hope you have a good day too. I have nothing against you. I hope you wake up, dude. Zionism is bad for you. I will like your video whether you want me to or not and move on. I don't know why you have to call yourself your favorite Jew because that sounds like you're not really Jewish. You know? Like it's like as a black man, it's like but you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like it just that's what it gives off to me. But I'm not going to tell you what you are. But you're not my favorite. Like 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 the list of if you were Jewish, the list of Jewish people I prefer to you is extremely extensive. It's like so long. Like it could go on for so long. Yeah, Jesus didn't believe in religion. I agree with you. Jesus knew that his religion was going to be a trap. Jesus knew that's why he set Judas aside. It was all a plan. It's an amazingly brilliant, like obviously divine goddess plan. Yeah, Jesus didn't believe in religion. I agree with you. How much do you think Muslims must pay reparations for their evil? I don't know what Muslims did that was bad. I know that Christians kept going on crusades against Muslims. I don't know how many crusades they were going on against Christendom. But if so, like maybe don't start wars with people over religions. You know, again, that seems to be like a Christian thing. Joseph Bearpaw says, that's the point, unglued. There is just one singular God. There is more than one great spirit path. For instance, also the Lord and God of all creation. I call it the goddess, but yeah, sure. Agree with all that. Dang, did you stick a fork inside an outlet or something? I get those every now and then. Religion. Okay, this is Loving Dean again. We are going to shut down the live in about 5 minutes because I never go longer than an hour. They take way too long or they fail to post if we go longer than an hour. Loving Dean says, religions are like wells, right? If the water is God, religions can help one get the water fast if their soul is thirsty. But you can also dig your own well. Nice. Asmodeus says, just an inside joke between us at some point. Ha, I see what you're saying. Shalom. I hope so. Shalom. Dude, I'm like, no, I have no problem with Jewish people. I have a problem with Zionists. Like, just like I have no problem with white people. I have a problem with white supremacists. Like, there's a reason I said those two things together because they're the same thing. You cannot be a Nazi. God is just a name we came up with because we have nothing else to call it. Yes, I'm anti-war. Unglued Jude said God is just a name we came up with. I call it the goddess. I think it's better. I think it works better. Loving Dean says, I'm anti-war. Ali says, it was religious wars, but no, it's just simple politics. And nothing against you. I'm saying I think that the Christians started it, and they should be the ones to apologize. Joseph Bearpaw says, again, unglued, it's not singular. No one singularity. All right. I'm going to shut down the live pretty quick, but I really appreciate you guys' comments. It's so nice to read intelligent, inspiring comments and have people talking to each other in the live. Like, this is kind of what I dream of and envision. And I think, gosh, at some point, there might be so much of that I can't even read the comments out loud. So I really appreciate y'all being here. And I can still read the comments out loud. But here, Joseph Bearpaw says, think of it like the Molecule Man and Galactus. Both are seen as powerful entities that each have a purpose. Yeah, people have different purposes. That's what I love about comic books and stuff, and mutant abilities and stuff, is the uniqueness of people is so highlighted and valued and celebrated. And I want to celebrate all you guys here. Thanks, Joseph. You're an awesome guest. You're an awesome person to be here. I don't know if you do lives too, or if I can ever come to your live, but I love reading your comments, and I love reading comments of people that can understand what you're saying. And that's all that it is. Like, it's like a spiritual energy or connection that we make and establish and improve upon the more people we connect with, the more good people we connect with. And even though these algorithms are completely designed against us and funnel all these trolls in here to try to disrupt stuff, we can still just overcome them with good conversations, good people. So the fact that you're here making it good all the time, and other people who are here making it good, just makes it good. It accomplishes what we need to do. I do believe that we are joining our spiritual forces to defeat this evil god Baal and the Epstein class that worships him. Hello, Jesus is Lord. Nice to see you. And I do believe that it defeats the Antichrist, Trump. That Trump, Donna Kupatinsky, and his daddy Vladdy, they're the Antichrist with Bibi Netanyahu and Modi and the other ones. They're the Antichrist. Trump is specifically the Antichrist, I think, but they're all part of this thing. And I think Jesus is our best source for ending Trumpism. So thank y'all for being here. Thanks for enjoying this hat with me. And I'm going to see you guys soon. But just everybody, you tried the Holy Quran. How did you feel about it? I feel like everybody's going to have good spirits, a good spiritual revival of knowing that we're going to win, knowing that these bad guys are going away. We'll hopefully start seeing some signs of it actually crumbling and falling, more signs of it crumbling and falling. I really appreciated that one cop who arrested the ICE agent, made a video about it. Like, more of this. That kid who punched the Nazi in his school. Like, like, we got heroes we need to protect. We need to celebrate. We need GoFundMes for. And we just need all the positive energy of, like, coming together and saying, look, this is who represents all of us. And the people who get trolled into being the evil trolls, like, no, you just don't want to. Just abandon that sinking ship. Joseph Bearpaw says, yep, it's many over need of just one. Spiritual web. It's many webs. Yeah, that's what I call the Ultraviolet Lions and the whole Lion societies. But I want to represent the Ultraviolet Lions, the spiritual side. Kali says, I keep running into your stream. It's a sign from the spirits. Maybe. And it's also just the algorithm. But yeah, it's not too late to save your soul. Exactly. There's only one spirit, the Holy Spirit. I mean, the goddess, yeah. I agree with that. That we're all the same spirit. But that spirit has gotten twisted into some evil pimples, if you want to call it that. So we need to pop this one, Baal, the Epstein class's god. Thanks, Burnout. It's my Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime shirt. Since you commented on the shirt, I'll show you the back. It doesn't get to get seen as much. I'm here for the Benito Bowl. I thought you said you were a dreamland soul. You're in the darkness. So what happens is, when you people see an enlightened person, like, our light is so bright that you see the reflections of your own darkness. Like, you guys, all you're doing is projecting, Coley. So all you're capable of doing in the presence of somebody who's enlightened is project. So take your own advice and meet us on the other side of that ego you got. Coley, the spirit is already saved because it's many spirits that protects their children. I can see the evil in you. What you're seeing is the evil in yourself. It's just Trumpism. If you don't want to be evil, stop being a Trumpist. Stop being a Trump-pooneer. I disagree with you about Christianity, but I agree about Trump and many so-called churches. Well, those so-called churches are what makes Christianity look so bad. Having all Christianity replaced doesn't mean it's replaced with nothing. It means it's replaced with what Jesus wants. So it's not anti-Jesus at all. It's a little anti-church, but fuck the churches. Okay, so thank y'all for being here. We do have to shut down live. This is the final minute. And all we got is Kali spamming with this stupid stuff. So welcome to the Church of Judas. Welcome to the Fairy Liberation Front. Welcome to the Ultraviolet Lions and the Peace Pipe Party. Pillar Revolution. And thank y'all for being here. See you next time. Just check out my content, comment on my content, and we'll stay in touch. Thank you, Burnout. Sorry if we clashed last time. But you see, I'm in a much better mood because I had much better people in here. So thanks for being one of them. Thanks. See you guys in a second. See you guys next time. Goddess bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you. Jesus bless you, Judas bless you. I bless you, and bless yourself.